Hey everybody, and welcome to another interview with Brady Vincent. This is actually the second time that I've been through this because unfortunately it's just technology hates me and it crashed. So yeah, a bit of a blunder there, but not a big deal. We got this. But without further ado, let's get into the interview. I don't want to waste your time. T-Vi, can you bring him up again? Please? Pretty please? With sugar on top? I'll get you a new antenna. Okay. So, take number 2. I apologize for this off the top because I don't think anybody should be subject to be interviewed twice by the same person in the, span of a couple days, but, technology is a wonderful thing that we suffer from every day.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I know I asked this before, but how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How about you?
Like I said, I am existing. I got literally a day. Well, no. I got 2 days just a day to edit this video, so that's gonna be nothing but the finest. Crunch time is real. So would you like to introduce yourself to
Yes,
everybody?
I would. I'm Brady Vincent. I am a video game composer, sound designer, and yeah, that's me.
Ta-da! Beautiful. Do you have any other artist names that you go under, or is it just all Brady Vincent?
It's just my name. I'm not very creative with those.
Oh, okay. The first question I had was, are you looking to do video game music specifically, or is it just, whatever you can find?
I mean, yeah, sure, I'll take whatever I can get, but I've always wanted to do video game music because, I like playing video games. I think doing the music for them is cool.
For sure. If you had to pick a video game that you would compose for just off the top of your head, like what would you like?
Like, as in an established franchise?
Yeah.
I'm picking Castlevania, easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm not surprised, but it's okay. You could have said something outlandish like Zelda or something. You never know.
Zelda's cool.
Zelda's awesome. Is that kind of correlates with this next question? How do you define your style of music? The last time we had this question come up, it was a bit of a conundrum, but go ahead.
All right. Okay. I still don't have a great answer, but definitely it has Baroque influence, definitely. But other than that, it's all across the board.
Yeah. Is that like your favorite, or is it just what you naturally fall into?
That's just what I end up making a lot of the time. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I'm glad I can make it, but that's my style.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music?
Ooh, okay. It changes all the time, but right now it's metal. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I kind of forgot the answer to that question, but yeah. Any particular bands or anything you're just hooked on right now?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So lately I've been listening to a lot of Periphery. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but
I have.
They're a metal band, and I think they're super cool.
Yeah, it's like prog-ish, a lot of math rock thrown in there.
Yeah.
And obviously gent as fuck. Just
yeah, super cool.
hell yeah. I'm really bad at making that kind of music, just because like there's a lot of like counting. Do you know how to count within a time signature? Do you know how to count numbers that don't belong in that time signature and yet still make it work, type of thing?
Yeah,
it's kind of insane. Polyrhythm, that's what they call it. All right, well, you guys know how it works. We both picked 2 songs to showcase, and since we already listened to them, you know, it's fine. We're just gonna kind of move through and talk about it. Y'all will still be able to hear it, however we've gone through. But the first one is Beginning, Pizza Tower Remix, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. So this song, I remember saying last time, is kind of like what put me on a path to finding Pizza Tower in the first place. Like, I knew of its existence. Like, I knew Pizza Tower was a thing, but I didn't know what it was or what the tone was or whatever. And then I saw this video, and, you know, being a Castlevania fan, it just sort of drew me in, and then showed me the style change, and I was like, so this is the music style that's going with Pizza Tower. I might just have to play it, you know what I mean? And then go ahead and you'll see me in the next month or so release a video on Pizza Tower and how much it's fucking awesome. And yeah, so this is kind of the start of that. So when you were making it,
yes,
obviously playing with the melody of beginning and stuff was the main part of it, but like,
Right.
what was your process thinking of like, oh yeah, well, I should make it have a little bit more swing to it, or whatever, like the organ comes through and it just fits the drum vibe so well. So I was thinking like there's got to be a process to that, how you were thinking.
All right. Okay. This is kind of a stupid answer, but I just kind of did what felt right. Like, does this sound? Does it sound Pizza Tower? That's what I thought to myself when making it. I was like, yeah, this sure as hell sounds Pizza Tower-esque.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
now I'm curious.
The organ fit well across, Castlevania and Pizza Tower. So
yeah. The organ brings it, both of them, together so well. I remember saying that last time too, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play the organ like freehand, or was it like MIDI input?
Oh no, it was input through MIDI. Although I forget, I think there was one track in this that I did do. I think it was the vibraphone that I played on the keyboard.
In this song?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know, you might be able to hear it in the background.
I always find it interesting adding the human element into it. It just like makes it more real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah, definitely.
If you do it too much, it pulls away from being the aesthetic of being a video game song.
Yeah.
But I like it regardless. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. What's another question I got here? Oh, are you musically trained?
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, I started playing the piano in around second or third grade, I believe. Then in middle school, I started playing the violin. After that, I started drumming. I'm pretty decent at drums, I'd say. And now I'm learning guitar and bass, and I kind of suck at those, but we're working on it.
Interesting. That's a lot of instruments. How many instruments in total do you play?
I guess that's 5, but you could play guitar. I would hardly count guitar and bass, but
do you have a full drum set where you live?
I have 3 drum sets actually.
What? How do you have space for that?
I don't. I have an electronic drum set and then 2 acoustics.
Okay, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I wish I had an electronic drum set. That would be so fun.
Yeah, I can play with headphones on. It's great.
Yeah, practice making rhythms that actually exist in the world instead of just putting them in MIDI and then hoping that it sounds like maybe it could be played in real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy though. What's your favorite instrument to play and compose with?
To play, definitely violin. I think it's super fun. I wouldn't say, I'm not the greatest at violin, but I always have a fun time playing, and it gives me a lot of ideas for music.
Yeah, for sure. I love the sound of violin. Like, we might have to do like a sample flipped video with like some violin craziness that you come up with.
Oh yeah,
that'd be really
fun.
So are you currently going to school for composing and being a producer and stuff like that?
Yes, I am.
And what degree are you going for?
It's called audio production. Basically, it just involves all the behind the scenes work, like recording live instruments for stuff, mixing in the studio, DAW, all that kind of stuff.
Now this is interesting for me because mixing has always been one of those things that's kind of like a fucking, like, it's a personal science. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's so, like, you could do what other people tell you to do, but if it doesn't sound right to you, then you should do something different. And there's nothing saying that you can't do that. And by that caveat, it makes it super hard to teach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things, like, I've been looking for years to figure out like proper mixing and like all this other stuff. And the issue is there is no proper mixing. It's just what sounds good.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my weaker points.
It's crazy. I beg to differ, but that's okay. All right. Next up, we're gonna do another song. Which one do you want to do? We go Act Fast, right? We went Act Fast.
Yeah, that's the one we did first.
Okay. So for the record, Brady has a bunch of tracks on Spotify you should check out, and Act Fast is one of those. Is there anything we should say before we actually start the track?
Not that I know of. I just made this one. I think this little collection of songs I put out was just for fun. Yeah, that's about it.
So I remember liking the FM bell, like that Phantasy Star bell kind of sound,
Yeah.
a lot. And I remember, oh yeah, there was a vibe of Sonic Mania with the trumpets coming through the way that they do.
Mm-hmm.
It just had that feel, especially because if you're thinking Sonic, you gotta have an FM instrument on top of it anyways. You just have to. And then you add the trumpets in, it just sounds like it could fit right in with Sonic Mania. And I think I remember you saying the last time that it was kind of like you were playing a lot of it at the time.
Oh yeah, a lot of the music I make is just directly inspired by what I'm playing or watching at the time. So that happened to be Sonic Mania for that song.
For sure. Is there ever a time you feel like it's more like based on a TV show or an ad or something like that? Or is it mostly just video games?
Yeah, there's definitely times when my music is influenced by a TV show or movie I watch, but maybe less directly. Maybe more so taking from like the mood or feel of the movie rather than, the actual music from the movie itself.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So we talked about you being educated in music and you playing multiple instruments. I know I asked this last time, but for the sake of the viewer, do you recommend learning how to play an instrument?
I do. I definitely, if I had to pick one instrument, it would definitely be piano, because like it teaches you pretty much everything you'll need to know. Chords, rhythm, harmony, all that kind of stuff.
For sure. Isn't it piano is considered to be a percussion instrument?
I think, yeah, technically it is, like percussion and stringed. I don't know.
Right, because the hammers hit the string percussively. It's always been weird to me. But still awesome. What's your best advice for those who want to get into making music?
Just start making music by whatever means you have. You'll make garbage at first, but you'll eventually, you'll get better if you keep doing it. Just keep at it.
I get that response a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember last time you saying also that listening to a lot of different kinds of music.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Sure, listening to one kind of music is cool and all, but listening to a variety of music, I think that's crucial to, being able to make more than one kind of song, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
now, an interesting question poses from that. Because your ability spans a lot of different genres, how do you market that? You know what I mean?
Hey, I can do anything. I'm your everyman. Just yeah, you can put me on sure, I'll make the soundtrack to a freaking Call of Duty game. I can do that, I think. I don't know, just
for sure.
Broad appeal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of artists out there that niche down into a particular style of music. Right. And by doing that, the people that like that music in general tend to mass towards that. But if you're doing all kinds of music, it's kind of like, well, maybe you'll make something I like this time. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting catch-22. Speaking of that, are you available for hire?
I am. Hit me up at my email, bradyvincent0607@gmail.com. I will make music for whatever.
You heard it here first. Making music for whatever. Get the memes ready.
Oh boy.
All right, let's do another song, which is I picked Versus Ridley. It's very short, but I was very impressed by it. So we'll hit that. Now, if I remember correctly, I was saying that I was impressed by how much bass is in the drum kicks.
Yeah.
And you said you had a method to that.
Yeah, okay. So, basically, what I did, it's like, what was it? Okay, yeah. So for the kicks, not only do I have sampled kick drums, it's also kicking in the triangle channel and the sawtooth channel for like a freaking triple kick. So it's super heavy.
Triple kick. I feel like this triple kick method causes a lot of like a little, like maybe notes don't play out for as long, because whenever you use the triangle or the saw to make a thing, you gotta like periodically stop it. But do you have issues with that in FL Studio, or like is it easier in Fami Tracker? Like how do you do that?
Well, it's a little harder to work around in Fami Tracker because I mean the kick, that would take the place of a note that would be there otherwise in that channel. So I mean, I can kind of tune the kicks, which is what I did for this song. And in this song in particular, it wasn't really much of an issue. So, but in other songs where the bass is more sustained, it might pose a little bit of an issue.
That's true. I guess if you're using the triangle for like a higher pitch kind of thing, you probably shouldn't use it as a kick.
It'll definitely be harder to execute.
Right. I could definitely see some like metal stuff coming from the way that these kicks sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like covers of Dragon Force or something. Have you ever collabed with anyone before? Like musically?
I believe one time I did. It was with one of my friends. The video's up on my channel. It's a cover of Opus 13 from Castlevania Rondo of Blood. I just yeah.
I do remember listening to that. It's very good.
Thank you.
Do you plan on doing that some more? Like,
oh, for sure. I think doing collabs is it's super fun. So
yeah, I remember saying that it seemed easier to do it with Fami Tracker or something like that, because you don't have to load samples and stuff, and project files is kind of insane.
Right. We just sent the project file back and forth as we were working on it, adding in little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit on the side note. Your channel mascot, we talked a little bit about last time.
Yeah.
What was their name?
Her name is Zeruchi. She is an elf. And yeah, and she originated from actually a D&D campaign that I was in with one of my friends, or I guess a couple of my friends. And I just liked her, so she's everywhere now.
Nice. Do you still run campaigns with Zeruchi?
I haven't recently. I just haven't had time to do any D&D, but one day I hope to play some more.
Man, I really want to get into D&D. Like,
oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, I really like. It's one of those things that I know I will enjoy. It's just a matter of getting the people together and having the time to do it is insane.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know that the character. Well, we discussed last time that the character was kind of just became the mascot because you just like drawing them and including them in the channel. And I asked if you had any other OCs that you just don't draw as often, or just it feels out of place.
And I don't really have any other ones, unless you count my other D&D characters, but I mean, they're hardly OCs. Yeah, I'm not very creative when it comes to character design, so...
I think you could if you just sat down with it. I think I said that last time. You could just sit down and just give yourself some time to come up with a character and it would work out, I promise. Alright, what's the last song? Bask in the Evening. Okay, I definitely remember the B section of this one was really fun. I don't know what it is about the when a song is doing something and then it goes into another section that just like is like tonally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still can bring you back to the original vibe. I love that shit. I'm very bad at it, but it's pulled off very well here. And I remember remarking that the is it a saxophone?
Yeah.
The saxophone felt really like well done. But yeah, great song.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Was this also made for a D&D excursion?
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't explain that this time around, but a lot of my songs actually came from me doing like background ambience or songs, whatever, for D&D campaigns.
Yeah.
This included.
Right. How long did it... An interesting question now that I think about it. How long does it usually take you to put together a track?
Ooh, depends. This one, I think it took me like probably like 4 hours maybe to put all together.
Yeah. From start to
But-
finish? Like, do you work from...
Oh yeah.
Do you always work from start to finish, or do you have like a bunch of like...
Oh no. I have so many unfinished projects that are like 5 seconds long, and I'm like, this sounds cool, but I don't want to expand on that.
Those are the perfect ones for collabs.
Yeah.
What do you start with whenever you start making a song?
I think I don't know. It depends on how fast the song is, but if it's a faster song, I usually should start with like percussion. I don't know why, but I do. And then a slower song, I might start with maybe the bass, or maybe some just chords that I think are cool. I don't know.
It could be anywhere depending on the vibe.
Yeah.
Do you usually just like you hear something and then you're like, I could make something kind of like that? Or is it just...
I mean, yeah, that's usually how it goes.
It's a good way to do it, because at least then you have something to like draw comparisons to, like how does this sound in this mix or whatever. Interesting. How often would you say that whenever you're doing those kinds of tracks, you perform something on an instrument?
It's become more frequent with my recent songs, but when I recorded that, it was pretty few and far between. Nowadays, it's like every other song I record something for it, whether it be playing keyboard for something, or in a couple of my songs I play violin.
Yeah, we definitely need to hear more violin. I remember asking this the last time, but I don't remember if it really led to anything. But do you have any other projects that aren't music related going on that you would like people to know about?
I mean, not quite. I mean, I occasionally draw, but I don't really have much going on outside of music, really.
That's okay. Focus is good. Did we go over how much time you have left in school?
No, not yet. Depending on how things go, aka, am I stupid and pass my classes, or not pass my classes, rather. If I pass my classes, that's 2 more years of school for me. But, yeah.
2 more years and you're official.
Yep.
And you got no excuse. You got to start making money. The
Right.
pressure's on. Nah, it's hard regardless of what your status is, but I imagine it'll make things easier for sure.
I hope so. Otherwise, what am I paying for?
Right. Well, I've said this multiple times to many different people, but I think that school is less about the education aspect of it and more about the connection.
Yeah, definitely. I get that.
Getting that connection to a professor or to somebody else who's really doing well in the industry or something like that. Like, all of it is kind of just like jumping through those hoops and finding those connections. Obviously, it's not entirely that. You could just be goated with the sauce, and then your shit is in high demand. T-Lopes, for instance, I think is a little overpraised.
Yeah.
Like, the dude's great, fantastic, right? But like, everybody's like, oh, we gotta get him on it, fucking every song, every game, whatever. It's like, dude, chill. There's so many artists out there, bro. You're just gonna give him all to T-Lopes?
Yeah.
But yeah, bit of a out of sequence question, but who is your current favorite artist? Yes,
you asked me this last time, and my favorite artist as of like 2 weeks ago, this changes all the time, but My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about how people like to clown on people who like My Chemical Romance. And
yeah.
They're all those people who are out there clowning on people for liking My Chemical Romance. You're all losers. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. There's something about that era of music that was just, it hit different. You know what I mean? They didn't care that they sounded a certain way. In fact, they pushed it to be that way. And you don't really get a lot of that anymore.
Right.
You get, silly trap songs where the dude you can barely understand what he's saying. And yeah, but whatever. It'll come back one day. The millennials are rising up. I wanted to call you out.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what this is.
No, we're not doing that. We don't have to do that. But I want to know when you're finally gonna play Splatoon with me.
Oh, okay.
When's the timeline? You know what I mean? I need a breakdown.
Okay, so funny story. I don't know where my copy of Splatoon is.
Oh my god. Alright, well that's all the time we have, folks. Unfortunately, Brady doesn't have his Splatoon anymore. He's banned from the channel.
Aww.
No, it's fine. It was really great having you on twice.
Yes.
It was fun both times.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really good rest of your day.
You too.
Hey, if you made it this far, I appreciate it a lot, and I know that Brady does too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.
USSR. Round 1, fight. Hadouken! 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 Flash! Flash! Hadouken! Ryu wins! Round 2, fight! Hadouken! 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 Flash! 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 Hadouken! Hadouken! Ryu wins!